12/14/2020, Dow futures Monday morning gap opened up 242 points. We have a vaccine being rolled out, long anticipated. As it's being shipped, we have a gap. We had a lot of sell down in the tech sector. The NASDAQ 100 tech sector is up 80 points on the news in that NASDAQ 100, and we have gap open up in stocks like Amazon 25 points, and we have TTD up 5. We have Lam Research up 6.3. We have ServiceNow up 7.44. We have Tesla up 8.31 on the gap. Coop Software, so we're seeing Twilio gap. So some of the stocks that were beaten down in the tech sector, Okta is up. So we have quite a few gap ups on the list. Some are big, some aren't. Now, how well is the vaccine actually going to do? We don't know. But we'll be finding out, won't we? And not only will we find out, we will find out what the major rally for year end may or may not come. This is the opening bell gap in the United States markets. Based on the vaccine rollout, we did not hold any shorts over the weekend, only because of this very reason. So now that we have the data that everybody's been waiting for, we don't know how effective it will or will not be, but we'll find out in the coming days after the first responders in our healthcare system start taking this vaccine. We better hope that this vaccine don't have no problems, because you're giving it to frontline workers. They rolled this thing out so fast, we don't know. And no one really does know. The United States and the pandemic is at severe risk, and people are willing to take chances in releasing medicine that would normally take years to do, and they rolled it out. Let's just pray to God that it works and that it works well. Okay, that's the thing on the vaccine news. Now we'll get down into the trading from the gaps and whatnot. There's going to be a lot of great opportunity. And then again, that tech sector was not impressive at all last week. Not one bit. They got it overbought. They sold it down. Now that it's pulled back, we're going to run right back up into that S&P major resistance area this morning. And you can either get caught at the high on the gap, or you can wait for the pullback, so you can let these things set up. And you can let that tech sector that got beaten down, and the Philadelphia SOX index that got so overbought, they were all overbought, and they were all going to come down. And now we're going to go right back into an overbought area on that S&P 500, and we will be taking advantage of these gaps. And we will. And we'll sell short the gap. We'll let it pull back. They'll set up, and then we'll look at going long on the ones that hold great support levels, and that the option market gives us those opportunities to make those big gains like we did on Friday. And we did. And we are not short over the weekend, because we are not. And other than a couple of hedges, but it doesn't matter. What does matter now is how this vaccine news trades out on an intraday level. Once again, Dow futures, US Dow futures up 241. S&P up 29.25 handles. Once again, NASDAQ 100 gap open up 82 points. Once again, the EMD mid cap gapping up 23 points. So we're going to measure what overbought, what may still be oversold, what would run into the gap higher that would put it right back into an overbought level, and then we're going to trade them. And it is Merry Christmas time, and Saint Nick is on his way. Take that free 5-day trial. Get involved in 2021. Start your year out great. Start it out with the champion traders of all time. We bring it live before the fact, not after the fact. Panther Quant, well, that's a trading app that takes us through the daily rigmarole and volatility. And once again, it's great news to have a vaccine that could have got rolled out that didn't take, you know, 20 years to get out there. I just don't know how safe it is. We're going to find out how the market has been waiting for this long awaited beginning phases of the rollout. The problem is a lot of people are not willing to take this vaccine that has been rolled out, and they're not, and they don't. Most Americans are going to want to see how the vaccine plays out with other people taking it first. I don't blame them. I'm sure there are a lot of people that may get it outside of the first responders on the initial take, protecting our healthcare workers, police departments, hopefully, and everyone that's at risk that protects this country can get vaccinated. All I know is that the stuff is out of control and the infections are way out of control and they're not stopping. And more deaths are happening and more new infections are climbing at all-time high rates and markets are up and we don't know what the vaccine may or may not do. It's not our place to pass judgment on it. And we're not here to do that. What we're here to do is one thing: trade management and how the markets will react. What the gap sequence, do they come in, sell, or not? That is yet to be determined. Stay tuned. We'll be updating, we'll be doing some specials on it ourselves. Um, and we're going to take the flying gap and we're going to see exactly what overbought looks like again. And is the market going to be met with the sell gap as it has in the past and whatnot? So some stocks like Shop has a nice gap up. We've been waiting on that one again. We've been waiting on the fact that Zoom Video continues to get killed. And Amazon, well, hey, it got a $25 gap, and it should. And we own calls on it, and we'll be selling into the opening bell. Oh, yeah, we will. And the GOOGL that got overbought, grossly overbought, and their website or YouTube and Google Chrome was hacked worldwide this morning. We got NVIDIA is only up 3.47. Lam Research, another one that's been outdoing NVIDIA in the semis. So there are great setups. Semiconductors got whacked last week because everything was so overbought. They all had to come down, and they did. Now that we've gone through that, and now that we have the vaccine today, we'll be taking a look at that upper end of where that last high was on the S&P at 3712. And then we'll be taking a look at where people have to buy. The short sellers that got caught over the weekend with the vaccine, they'll have to buy to cover. That will push markets even up higher. So they have the monster gap, and it couldn't have come better than this time for Christmas. Now, Congress needs to come out and give a stimulus package, but even if they do, you got to figure out that is it baked in the market? We rather think so. So, once again, be careful starting the Christmas rally out with the gap up with the vaccine. And here we go. We've been down this road again. And it always happens on a Monday. How convenient. We've seen it happen for 6 weeks, for 6 Mondays in a row. So you can talk about Vaccine Monday. Well, finally they got it. So now that it's out of the way, we're going to see how the market responds. Good luck.